Hey guys, it's Matt from the Hickory Grove here, hanging out in my shelter. Um, Not doing anything in particular today, just hanging out and enjoying my backyard pretty much. I want to take some time today to talk about a wilderness mindset aspect, and that's, I get a lot of questions about having a fear of being in the woods. Now, a lot of people accompany, especially when you're going solo and you're headed out with nobody else with you. Everybody gets that fear once the sun once the sun sets, and whatever's out there, what's in the dark. And I get asked a lot, how do you control that? How do you not psych yourself out? Well, the obvious answer to that I tell people is most of the wildlife that's around when you're out and about don't want to be around you. And that goes for at night too. They might get curious, check out your camp, but as soon as they know you're there, they're probably gonna leave. Like here, for instance, we have a huge population of black bears, and especially this year. This year we're having a lot of issues where they're coming into the town of Wellsboro and taking people's trash and all that kind of stuff. And so I get asked a lot about the black bears in our area. Now, mind you, I've only seen a couple this season. One being 20 yards from this shelter. My dog was out exploring and he had a run-in with one and had it backed up against a tree. Luckily, I got him out of there in time and nothing happened to him. But like in particular with the black bear that roam my property, they're just more or less curious as to what's going on. They don't want to have an interaction with us. They just want to see the area, you know what I mean, just like we would, and they'll avoid us. But if you're in our area and you encounter a black bear, what you got to know about black bears is they're very defensive creatures. So anything that they do that's out of a sign of aggression, it's kind of like a defense mechanism that they're scared. And very seldom will a black bear actually go ahead and attack a human just because, you know what I mean? Usually it's because there's cubs there, or there's, their food source might be right there, type thing, and they feel that you're some kind of competition. So if you do have a run-in, number one, make yourself big. And by being big, you put your arms up as high as you can, stand up on a stump if you have to, be loud, yell, talk. A lot of people, resort to that, hey bear, but just yell loud, deep voice, as loud as you can, and look as big as you can, because that's black bear won't really want to be in competition with somebody that he thinks he's not going to win against. Another thing is, if the black bear hasn't noticed you, but you noticed it, just slowly move out of that area. Don't become in a panic, because they can kind of tell that you're panicking. Just slowly back out, keep your eye on the bear, and know where it's at. But just get out of the area, get out of their territory. Now, if you do get into a tussle with a black bear, there's one thing that you got to understand, is they're not like grizzlies, and you can't play dead. A black bear will ensure you're dead. So your only survival mechanism beyond that is to go ahead and fight and go for the main areas that you would go. A lot of people have said if you can get your hand into its mouth to grab a hold of its tonsils. I don't recommend it, because a bear's jaws are pretty strong. But at the same time, you got to do what you got to do. Poke the eyes, poke the nose, and if you got a sharp object, just start doing what you got to do to survive. But if a black bear fights you, you got to be ready to fight. It's not like a grizzly where you can play dead and they'll probably go away. But yeah, black bears are the common thing around here, and a lot of people have fears around here of the black bears. I'm telling you right now, you don't need to be scared. You don't need to worry about it. It's not as bad as what you see in Hollywood and what people tell you. I've been around black bears my entire life around here, and I've had just one or two good run-ins with them that made me nervous, but still, I've never had one charge me. I've never had one, want to fight me, and I've been out in the woods quite a bit. But the fear at night thing, It amplifies because the woods get quiet at night, and you hear stick crack, and you hear, something in the creek moving. And what people don't realize is that those noises are usually going on all day long. And the usual culprit is small game, squirrels, rabbits, chipmunks, stuff like that moving about. So you don't really have to worry. If you hear noises, just go in there with a mental attitude. You build a sound structure, you have a nice fire, and you're not cooking and eating in your camp type stuff, and you'll be fine. Um, you're gonna have moments where you're scared. We all get that, but at the same time, you just gotta reassure yourself that you're gonna be all right. You've prepared, you got what you need, and you'll make it till morning. And if you do get to the point where you're psyching yourself out in the middle of the night, just build a fire, get up, and enjoy your morning. And then if you have to get some rest when the sun comes up to where you feel more comfortable, then do so. There's no shame in it. But the more that you go out and the more you're in nature, and the more you see and how wildlife interacts with us, that fear will start to slip away. And it's just like riding a bike. Once you get there and you're comfortable, you'll never lose it. Just be mindful, stay on point with things, check your surroundings, don't cook inside your shelter, don't provoke animals, leave them alone, they'll leave you alone, and just go out there and relax, be part of nature, and nature will it'll accept you. Um, it's daunting, yes, but everybody can do it, and I encourage everybody to try a solo night. It's a pretty freeing event. But yeah, so that's my little take on dealing with fear at night when you're out in the woods, especially around here. Like I said, we have bears and stuff like that, but I can assure you that they don't want nothing to do with you, so don't be worried. If you guys do have any questions about camping in this area or hiking or anything like that, let me know. I know they did a dual survival episode right here, just 5 miles from where I'm at, and they really emphasized on the fear of black bears. Like, they had the one guy up in the woods or up in the tree stand because he was scared, which then makes sense because black bears are climbers. But don't let Hollywood dictate nature for you, okay? Most of that crap is crap. If you have real questions, message me, message any of the wilderness instructors that anybody that's been out there quite a bit, and they'll tell you the same stuff. Is there's no real need to fear things when you take the time and you implement yourself into Mother Nature and just become one with the forest, because it's not, you are entering the wilderness, which is the animal's home, but it's where we originated from, so it's our home too. So understand that. Just go out there with the mindset that you're part of it, and just be smart. I hope you guys learned something from this, and I hope I was able to put some insight and to lessen your fears a little bit about coming out here and spending the night. Like I said, if you guys would like a guided hike, a guided camp out, with somebody that knows the area, get a hold of me and we'll head out. I got all the gear you need, and I'll cook you guys some meals and show you some awesome stuff. But all right, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoy your day, and take care.